Okay, good. Hello. What is your name?
Hello, my name is Dr. Sudha Wadhwani. I'm the coordinator of outreach and prevention at CAPS, Counseling and Psychological Services, and I'm also a staff psychologist here.
Nice to meet you. How many years of experience in your field?
In my field, I have been at Montclair State for 13 years and in my current position, and before that I have been a psychologist for this year will be 20 years, and before that, before my doctorate, I worked in the community in the mental health field as well.
What are some of the benefits and challenges you have personally experienced working in diverse environments?
Well, I specialize and love working in diverse environments because we live in a diverse environment, and our world, our country are diverse in so many aspects. And so what I pride myself on doing is creating resources and services that are multicultural, that are multiculturally competent, and that meet the needs of all students here at Montclair State, particularly in this position. So what that means is being careful not to provide a treatment that might be biased or traditionally focused to reach needs of one population versus another population, whether it be ethnic background, race, age, socioeconomic status, religion, ability, etc. So we really try to provide services that can meet the needs of all students in different ways. So, for example, going to a therapist in an office in CAPS, the Counseling and Psychological Services, might be based on a more Euro-American model or Western model of therapy that's very traditionally focused. And other backgrounds, ethnicities, cultures may benefit more from different types of support. So we try to create a range of services in the community for students, where they live, where they eat, where they sleep, where they socialize, and we try to have different types of services because different people might be interested in different types of support resources.
I think that's very beneficial. Can you please talk about a time you had to advocate for your clients based upon their diversity needs?
Sure. Many times students who might be from a background where they're not from the majority culture or background may experience microaggressions, whether in classrooms, whether from peers, whether in their residential environments, or let's say somebody with a physical disability or a mental health need, or somebody who may be discriminated based on their sexual orientation or their size or their skin color. So there are many ways where people can experience issues of discrimination, bias, microaggressions, being mistreated in some way. And so I will often serve as an ally to provide them support, but also advocate on their behalf, of course in a way that respects confidentiality, but to make change and advocate for them as well as other students in creating resources, in making changes, in educating the community, and advocating for students so that they can be respected, so that they can be treated in the way that they deserve, and so that people can kind of recognize how they might be biased or how they might have, let's say, made an assumption or discriminated. Sometimes, you know, with microaggressions, it's not always intentional. People, because they may not have been exposed to people from different identities than themselves, they may may have stereotypes, they may have implicit bias, and they may not even be aware that they're doing something or behaving in a way that's discriminatory. And it shouldn't always be the person who's experiencing it to have to educate. And so I see my job as really being an advocate for that student and all students, and
That's
kind of spreading
amazing.
awareness, spreading knowledge, and also spreading skills in how to respect one another and how to respect different perspectives and beliefs.
What advice would you give to newer professionals who are trying to become culturally competent professionals in the field? Like, for example, practical advice or recommendation for books or media? Can you tell us about that?
Certainly. Well, I think that it is important to read, it's important to educate yourself, it's important to be aware of what's going on in your community, in your world, in society at all levels. I think it's important also to look at oneself and your own biases, your own experiences, your own perspectives, and also, kind of check in with yourself on your comfort zone, and look at your friendships, look at your surroundings. Do you tend to surround yourself with people with similar beliefs, with similar backgrounds, with similar lifestyles, or are you open to growing and learning beyond your comfort zone, and also just having experiences that are diverse. So I really recommend just always kind of challenging yourself, challenging your beliefs, opening yourself to other perspectives. When you're in a conversation with somebody who believes something different from you, are you quick to just stand by your own belief, or are you willing to listen? Are you willing to learn about another perspective? So I think opening yourself up to really hearing other people, to really empathizing with other people, being careful not to quickly judge others that may have other perspectives or experiences or lives than your own. So it really requires an openness to be able to listen, and to also to listen and hear people, to understand them, not just
Yeah.
kind of think about how you disagree with them or your own perspective. Really open yourself to understand that there are multiple perspectives, rather than just your own, and to respect those perspectives rather than just believing that yours is the right one, So it requires, I think, a shift in mindset, and openness.
I think that's amazing that you. I think that's really great advice, and thank you so much.
My pleasure.